Welcome in everybody to another edition of NXT on Tap. I am Scalz, and tonight I am joined by Phil the Future, one of my normal co-hosts. But we have one of our special guests taking over for Jax while he is out and about. We have the Will Gray. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm so happy to be here, guys. I'm just glad to help out. You know, I'm here. I'm here to be Jax. It's just another beautiful beard to be on screen for you guys.
Hey, I'm happy to be here as always. So, how do we start off tonight?
I mean, we had a pretty good show tonight.
We
you had
did.
a lot of action going on. You had some good backstage scenes, and it just seemed to flow. Quick thoughts on it. Did you enjoy the show?
I would 1000% say that. And again, since you guys rolled this show was when I started watching NXT weekly. Up until that point, it's on record. Listen to the tape, Botch Bots and Share Shots, Rivet City Radio, and Off the Top Media. But if you go back and you listen to what I was saying up until that point, I was saying things like NXT was a hot mess and the stories were incoherent and weren't making sense. Then Mr. Hickenbottom took over. They rolled out this new NXT. And since I've been watching it weekly, tonight was the perfect example of how this is one of the most consistently good wrestling shows week over week because they're incorporating character work. They're incorporating ring work. They're incorporating stories. They do that small studio style crowd that's always red hot because it's only, 1,000 people or whatever it is. Like, baller. I'm an NXT guy now. It's one of my favorite shows weekly.
All right. So now time for the chat. Any questions you got for any of us before we head on out tonight? Throw them in the chat. We'll do our best to give you the best answer we can. Shadow with the Will Ospreay. Brov.
Fuck wrestling, bro.
Oh, yep, yeah. We actually do, Scouts. We've got, the one set for next week. We got Braun Breaker and Corbin versus Alpha Academy, Thea Hale versus
Right.
Jasmine,
Right.
Duke and Josh, Sean Spears and Dijak, and then Dragunov and Lorenzo. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all we got from that end. So
No questions tonight?
Oh no,
Shadow's got a question. My question is, why do you like watching mediocre product like NXT?
Mediocre.
How do you feel watching mediocre Twittage as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan?
Oh.
I love you, Bubba. I'm just kidding.
That's just me. Oof.
That was actually pretty good, Will. Got a question for Mike. How would you feel, guys, about this tag match added to Mania? Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair versus Naomi and Jordan Grace.
Ooh, wow.
Can I tee off on this? Can I please tee off on
first?
this?
Yeah,
Will,
you can.
shoot.
You can go. I just have a question. Where did that even come from?
Here's my standpoint on it, and it's 1,000% like this is the ultimate like super indie booking decision that anybody could make, because when you think about it, you would take Jade Cargill, who isn't branded yet, with Bianca Belair, who is on SmackDown, I think, technically, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you think about Naomi, who's also on SmackDown, and then Jordan Grace, who one is already booked that weekend, but two is not in the company. I think at the core of what Mania stands for is the culmination of all the stories that have been told for that year. A lot of people look at Mania as being the beginning of the year, and it's not. Mania is the ending of it. It's the buildup of all of these amazing stories and all the people that have put in work all year. Not that Jade and Bianca and Naomi and Jordan haven't, but WrestleMania would be the time for a super booked indie match because it's that blast off point for all of these stories that we've been telling. Would it put butts in seats? Probably. But in my opinion, I don't think that's the kind of match that would be what WrestleMania stood for. WrestleMania is the blow off point. It's not the, hey, let's just put 4 people in a match to sell tickets point. You know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
It absolutely does. Because WrestleMania is the end of it.
Yes.
The start of the new beginning. One, the start is the Raw after Mania. That's the start.
Yes.
That's why you always had the draft shortly after Mania, because it's the reset.
Yep.
So that would be something good for SummerSlam or Money in the Bank.
Like beautiful example, Scalz. Absolutely.
Pay-per-views, not WrestleMania.
Yeah. Would I love to see it? 1,000%. I just don't think Mania is the time or the place for a question like that.
Shadow responded back to what you said. NXT is the WCW power plant, and the Leafs are constantly letting me down, so they should be my pallbearers. Travis, funny. I'll be happy with Mania if they do a little something with Dakota. Me and Phil discussed this earlier, so he knows. I don't know if she's going to be on the show anymore, but you know she's going to be in Io's corner. Like, you know she's going to be there.
Yeah, she'll be in Io's corner. I don't think she'll be wrestling.
Because we don't even know what's going on with Asuka right now.
And we also, let's be honest, let's not push her. She had a match last week. Like, we really don't want her to, her knees are made of glass. I'm too high to think of a witty one-liner right now. It's late. I'm tired. But the woman's knees are made of glass. I don't want her to get hurt again. Let's ease her into this. Sorry, but, I couldn't come up with anything.
Asuka got hurt last week. They're still waiting for the results. They don't know what's going to happen, if she's going to be able to wrestle at Mania. They don't know any of that. So let's...
The Acolyte trailer. The Acolyte trailer is fire.
The Acolyte trailer?
What I don't know if that's supposed to be an Undertaker thing.
No, it's a new Star Wars series that's coming out on Disney Plus.
I was confused.
Okay.
We know you are. I want to use the right PC word with this for Travis.
He's the simp for Dakota. I'll say it.
I was gonna say obsessed, but I didn't want to say that. So simp is the better word. Yes.
I mean,
anything else? Anything else anybody wants to touch on? Got some questions for us while we're here? You can come on over. Let's do it.
I don't know. This was something I guess I'll just put some. I'll just throw something that I actually made a. It's a bit of a hot take. I threw out on TikTok because of a digital exclusive I saw from Karrion Kross. He was talking about, obviously since he and the Final Testament are in this thing with the Pride. He was mentioning, like, I guess the stuff he said. Montez Ford called him delusional. Angelo Dawkins called it kind of like, I guess, was insulted by it. But he said, like, I wasn't even intending that. And that he's saying that when WWE had the chance to pair up Angelo Dawkins with Montez Ford, it was always Dawkins taking the hits and the pins, while Montez was the guy like soaring higher and getting all the praise, while Dawkins deserves his flowers. But then he comes out with, right after that, saying that basically that, Bobby, you might as well open your eyes to the fact that Dawkins and B-Fab are more of your main attraction than Montez, and goes silent for a little bit and said, I didn't even have to say your name. So seeds of dissension already sown within the Pride with those lines, or
I don't know. I mean, I'm liking what they're doing on both of those factions. I hope it can evolve into something more. Mike had another question. If Asuka is out, would you be okay with Dakota filling in for her? No women's tag belts or are scheduled for Mania?
That's
Why not?
1000% guaranteeing Dakota's going to get hurt. You make her defend those cursed ass belts, she's 100% going down. Those belts are more cursed than me with my crazy exes and their stones. Like, it's wild. There's no way in hell that girl, she does not need to defend those titles, man. Those things are cursed. The witches, Team Firecrotch put a curse on them months ago, and nobody's ever been able to do anything with them.
They were not the ones that put the curse on it. I'm gonna make a video. Watch out for that. You're gonna hear my theory on this.
You guys are saying, well, you're going with the fact that you're saying the Unholy Union put the curse on them.
No, I did not. I used their government name, Team Firecrotch. You also need to keep in mind that there's only one female tag team in the entire WWE that matters, and that is Team Disco Ninja Sex Party.
Do you know who that is?
Katana Chance.
I know you know. I was hoping he would.
Yes.
The Disco Ninja Sex Party.
Yes. Caden and Casey, let's freaking go.
Yeah, Caden and Casey.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's head on out for the evening.
Just know, Will. Them are my people.
All right, Phil. Where can we find you?
Okay. So, for those of you who stuck around to the end and still love seeing this beautiful face hanging around, you can find me on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, under the name that's usually down right below here. But if right below there it is, Phil the Future. You can catch me here every Tuesday night for NXT on tap right after the show's over. And occasionally on the Boss Bitch Trivia Hour, where I am your reigning and defending Boss Bitch Trivia champion, looking for my next opponent to keep my reign going.
Won't you be on that show on Thursday?
Yes, sir.
You realize that on Boss Bitch Trivia, you have a cult following of people that just think you Google the shit that you know. They are convinced that you cheat.
They can think that all they want. I don't cheat. I do not cheat whatsoever.
Just so you know, people were bringing up the philometer last week when you weren't even on the show. People were bringing up, they were like, don't pull a Phil. Phil, you're a legend on Boss Bitch Trivia, my dude.
I'm glad
I was there watching it. Somehow. It was brought up. It was said multiple times.
I mean, you know what? As long as I've made an impact in a trivia bowl in some way, my work is almost done and complete. Like,
all right, Will, I'll let you close out tonight so you can give your spiel on the Patreon because you do it a lot better than I do.
Absolutely.
So, I am Scalz. I am the host of NXT on Tap. I also host Friday Night Review, which is done on Fridays right after SmackDown. You can find me here on Off the Top Media, on Off the Top Media _ on Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. Off the Top Media on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to go check out the YouTube. Help us keep growing. We're almost at 600 subs on there now. We need to get the watch hours up. We are over 1,500. We need to get to 3,000. Go over there, throw it on a tab, just let it run. Help us get to where we need to be over there. Will, the floor is yours. You're muted.
Motherfucker, that's twice tonight, guys. First night on the job, guys. I've never even been on a podcast before. I have no idea what's happening. First and foremost, guys, I want to say thank you for allowing me to come on the show tonight, be a part of NXT on Tap. As it stands right now, me and Metal Mike are going to be bouncing back and forth, so you guys will see my pretty face about every other week moving forward. Important things to remember right now is remember to follow us anywhere you do anything on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play. Like, you have all the options. Botch Spots and Share Shots, Rivet City Radio, Off the Top Media. That's your power trinity of this group. In the links below in your bio, you have a Discord link. That's your direct link to all the hosts and producers, Rivet City Radio and Off the Top. Below that is your merch link, my Spreadshirt, for all of your Off the Top Media, Botch Spots and Share Shots, Rivet City Radio merch. Most importantly is your Amazon Prime subscription. If you have Prime Gaming subscription, you can give that to us. You can give that to She Elite. You can give that to Rivet City Radio, Off the Top Media, Creation World, any of our friends. As long as Jeff Bezos doesn't get it, he has too much money. The lifeblood of Rivet City Radio is the patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. With that, you get ad-free playback, Up and Smoke Cinema Club watch-alongs. You get the Delicious as Fuck cookbook, all of our articles, all the news. You get our after parties, all of it. And the best part about it, guys, $2 a month. It's cheaper to subscribe there than it is on Twitch, on YouTube, or anywhere else. $2 a month. That's it. Scalz, it's your show, man.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We hope to see you again soon. Remember, tomorrow night, right on Rivet City Radio Twitch and Off the Top YouTube at 10:15, we have The Boom with Cam G, Metal Mike, and guests. And then, like Will and Phil were talking about, Thursday night, we have Boss Bitch Trivia. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central.
9/8, yes, sir.
Okay. And then right after that, on this channel here, we're going to be doing our career retrospective for Mercedes Monet. Hope everybody comes check it out. We'll catch y'all soon. Have a great evening.
Peace.